So in this week's episode of the 100 Girlfriends, we pretty much kill Hahari, who bleeds out, which honestly, they should have probably just left her there. Would have solved a lot of issues. I love her, but Jesus. And then they ruin Karane, which, to be fair, what they considered ruined, I think actually makes her probably the most normal girlfriend out of the batch. She's just nice. When you remove the tsundere from her, she's just nice. There's no weird gimmicks, there's no weird quirks, because each of them have a quirk, right? So if you remove the tsundere, what's left? You have a nice girl. That's literally all that's there. And I think in most normal circumstances, you'd be like, oh, she can finally express herself. But this is the one of her girlfriends. We need her exactly as we fell in love with her. Stabbing us in the eye and all. The only character who arguably has like a run for the most normal is Shizuka. But she needs text-to-speech to talk. So ultimately, remove the tsundere from Karane. She is the most normal of the girlfriends. And as they say at the end of the episode, is this really how we're going to leave it off? Cliffhanger for the final episode? Yep, you bet your sweet ass it is. The fact that the collective maids literally said something along the lines of, we're all out of like blood packets or something. It says that this is a daily occurrence, that she needs blood transfusions because she's bleeding out. I love this show. You want to support my work though, see my full thoughts on this wackiness. We do got the Patreon, full and cut live reactions available exclusively over there if you're so interested. So, if you watched last week's video, I mentioned how like in my top 5, Karane is in there. I mainly like her for her straight man persona, you know, the one who's often calling out the bullshit. But I also like the tsundere energy. I would never want to be with someone like that who's stabbing you in the eye left and right, but at the end of the day for a character, very, very enjoyable. But you have to admit, the fact that this might be the only time in harem history this has ever happened. I don't recall a single harem giving power scaling and in-universe power reasonings behind tsunderes. So like sun rays, but for tsunderes. She drinks the potion that removes her tsundere energy. And they just continuously, with the straightest of face, they continuously talk about how like, this is a serious thing. That this is it's in universe. It's not just her being like hard of able to express her feelings. It's like something that's attached to everyone. Some rays are powerful than others. The way this show just is so deeply unserious. There should be a study on the difference of season 1 and season 2. Cause like season 1, like, you could do a coin toss on whether an episode or a scene was going to be like a traditional harem scene, but just kind of amplified or not. And then season 2 came in with like Harageddon, zombies, tsunderes. And the fact that they continuously are just so meta about everything. So if you watch, streaming wise, we don't have commercial breaks. And at the midway point where there would have been a commercial break for TV, the characters coming in being like, hey, you know, you probably had an ad break, but maybe you didn't have an ad break, depending on how you're watching. Those lines are hilarious. Like, I have no idea what the Graham punchline will look like. I pretty much knew they were going to go the route of, okay, she's no longer a tsundere, they're all going to want her back. She's going to fight it because, you know, ultimately she wants to be able to express herself. These are her real feelings. Oh, shit. Rentro likes me the way I am. I got to go back. What I didn't see coming was that she was going to struggle to come back because it wasn't just a simple potion. It's a in-universe power thing where we need to embarrass her enough that she's willing to slit our throat. That's funny. I thought the solution would be, oh, you know, given, you know, Hahari as well as Karane's kind of back and forth kind of bickering, maybe if she got jealous of her and Rentro, that would trigger it. But no, like, nothing seemingly is working. So we'll see what they do. But either way, if you would have asked me how are they going to end the second season, a Karane focus episode would have been the least on my bingo card. Because I figured, like, yeah, maybe the group will do something together. Hell, I would have assumed alien invasion before this. And at face value, it's a pretty normal way to end the episode and season in general until you realize that they're talking about tsunderes and it's a real thing. It is fascinating though because I'm trying to think, like, yes, there's been development in rom-coms, serious ones, comedy ones, where the tsundere kind of opens up and properly expresses. But it's fascinating watching someone who legitimately just has that, like, I get embarrassed and can't express myself when I feel good, so I lash out in a violent, if not rude way. When you remove that from the character and just see them as their self, it's fascinating how innocent and normal they are. Like in any other show, this would just be the most normal girlfriend. Like that'd be like, yeah, she'd be a great girlfriend. She's super nice, she's loving, she's kind. And in this show, it's like, put her back. Her baseball swings are shit. This girl dead ass was like, hit me. And just got like the lightest tap. And it was as if she was told her grandpa just died. Like she was soul shattered. That isn't my boyfriend's girlfriend that I love so much. She used to leave me so bruised I couldn't sit properly. And keep in mind, this is all happening on the school rooftop. At one point in the episode, I thought to myself, Hahari most likely put cameras in the school toilets just so she could spy on her girlfriends. And then in this episode, you see her bleed out with a camera as she was taking pictures of her daughter and her daughter's girlfriend in the bathtub. I don't even think that's a joke anymore. I think it's pretty much all but confirmed that she has cameras everywhere. Insane episode. I don't even... with where we've gone in season 2, I will be more shocked if within the first 3 episodes of season 3, if there isn't World War III, alien invasion, or monsters rise up. Because that's the level of bullshittery we've been dealing with. But our boy and his group, they are something else. I love, too, that we introduced who I consider to be my favorite of the girlfriends, Meme. And I completely forgot she was even a part of the cast. And then when she does pop up, I'm like, right, she acts like a background character. So most of the time she's hiding behind people, so you forget she exists. And then when she finally got spotlight, she then just like drops her stuffed car and gets the hell out of Dodge. The cast is so dumb and I love them. They're just, you can really throw any combo together and you're going to have an interesting dynamic. I will say though, it was brief. But when everyone was feeding each other the cookie or the cracker, whatever that was, it was nice to see that they all had pairs. So in theory, Rentro sometimes does get a day off from having to tend to all of them, and he can just focus on 1 or 2 because goddamn, a dozen is a headache. Could you imagine what 100 is going to look like if he really always had to go down the line for all 100? God help him. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. What did you think of seeing a tsundere without the dere in her? Was quite the sight, if you ask me, but rip Hahari, and I guess according to these characters, they ruined Karane, but if anything, I think she was just a normal girl, but discuss. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Durhosh, Franklin Greenway, Hikari Lounge, Flutchbringer, So Logiki, Void, Subject 3, Sarnik, Jade, Varsuva Granada, and we also have a Gabby G, so I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.